mental health in our workplace nowadays is talking about everyone, and the understanding of mental health itself is changing because our perspective is also changed by time. And today podcast we want to discuss about the mental health issue in the workplace across generation, and we already have two special friends here, Patenggar and Nafisha, we have more exploration about the topics. Let me introduce you. Hello, Patenggar. How are you today?
Doing good. Thank you very much, Gio. In my opinion, there is mental health. It is very important for our life, for the workplace, because it can be affecting of our output in office, also our life activity at home, even also in our community itself. I think that is my opinion about the mental health. Yes, that's it.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank
Gio.
you, Patengar. So we are agree that mental health is have a special or important impact to our performance in the workplace, right? And we already also have one special friend here, Miss Nafisha. Hello, Miss Nafisha.
Hello, Iskio. How are you?
I'm fine, good, thank you. And how are you?
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
So, according to Patenga, I really agree that mental health is really important for us because it is affecting our daily basis and it is supporting our body to have a fun life because our mental is health. We're going to have a good day, just like that. I think. I'm agree.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Bu Nafisha. And we all already agree that we want to have a positive environment right in the workplace. So I want to more discuss about what your opinion to the current issues right now, how your experience in your workplace about the mental health issues or your personal experience regarding to facing it. Maybe Patengar can tell us about your experience first.
Yeah. See, the things about this mental health also can be go to all aspect of our life. It can be also, especially in the workplace, like I said before. Also, it is there. It is can be improving our performance, and then can be input also one of the indicator the performance of the every people, how their productivity in the workplace, and then how the creativity expand to the such way, and then social engagement with the neighborhood, with the friend, with the family, with everyone's things also. And also the priority of the mental health can be also in the workplace, can help our worker is atmosphere, good relationship each other, and then maximize their full potential of the what do you call it, the performance, of course. And then that is also all the business we can be driven, can be bring up because of this mental health. That is, I think that is what I see is a mental health. It is.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Patengar. Miss Nafisha, have you ever experienced about the poor mental health in your workplace, or did you have another story about the mental health in your work?
So, for my personal opinion and my personal experience, I actually didn't have the uh, actual things for the mental health, but people around me sometimes, just being mad, they just being upset with the condition, with their professional life, with the work, or sometimes their boss. They just having a bad time with that, and yeah, there's no special case like we've read from the news lately. Maybe like people are suicide because of the boss, because of they're being bullied one of each other. Maybe I'm not experienced in that way, but so far in my personal life, I'm just sharing the basic things. Like, yeah, people sometimes really upset for the things, but they can clearly manage it really well, so their mental come back okay after we call it healing. Yeah, so I think that's very important for us to also manage our mental, because first thing first, we have to take care of our life first. After that, maybe we can have advice for the others. So taking care of our mental is really important.
Okay, good
So,
point, Miss
from
Nafisha.
Miss Gio, do you have any experience?
Yeah, for me personally, I same like you. I don't have like a very major heartbreak in work, yeah, regarding the mental health issues. But sometimes there are minor experiences correlate to the mental health issues in my workplace, like excessive stress because the works or our task is a very high require from our boss, and it's contribute to the frustrations and excessive stress, yeah, for us, that it also makes us overwhelmed and exhausted. So I think for the managing of ourselves is very important, like Miss Nafisha already stated before. We have to take care of ourselves. Current day people say like for healing, yeah, healing moment. I think it's also have a positive impact for us, yeah, as a personal to be ready to come back to work again. Yeah, that's my experience also. Okay, by the way, speaking to the opinions, yeah, about why the mental health issues is important to our mental health, and do you have another opinions to the managerials or our bosses in a work to have stress management to their team, so we can work more productive and we can manage the stress itself? Yeah, what's your opinions or your thought about that? Maybe Patengar, you can explain first.
Yeah. See, in for the mental health is also can be divided to the such way. Uh, there is a lot of generation for this mental health, how they counting it, and then you got also some traditional and silent generation, maybe which is we call it the old school, yeah. And also we have it also baby boomers, generation X, also millennial, what you call it, the silver one, yeah, and generation Z, of course, it is there.
Yes.
Jet for Zulu, we call it Jet for Zulu, yeah. Because sometimes people call it Jet for Juliet, no?
Yeah.
So we call it Jet for Zulu, lah.
Jet for Zulu.
Or
Yeah.
Joro, you call it.
Okay, so
Yeah, in my opinion, I'm just thinking about how is the Generation X. Generation X is okay. Let's say it. I think myself also is Generation X, no. Then we have to go for the workload and then heavy workload because maybe we need need some promotion.
okay. Yes,
Maybe because
in that part.
yeah, because when you get a promotion, of course, more income, of course, the
Yes.
workload it is there, and then
Yeah.
how do you feeding your family,
Yes.
and then especially
And we
the
cannot
kid.
lie about higher income, higher happier, and we can.
Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
it matters, yeah. it
Yes.
Of course, depend. And then, like the people said, when you get some things, of course, you get some things. When you got enough things to spend, and also you have a heavy life, of course, basically, because of the mental health, it is good mental health. I mean to say. Then how do you, to grow up your kid with basically such enough, enough money, enough cash, enough good environment at house. You have a good environment at office, of course. So everything is connect each other. And can you imagine if something's the bad things happening at office. It can be influencing also your mental health once you come back to the house,
Yeah.
come back home. When you see your kid also, you start it maybe if sometimes you uncontrol yourself, you may screaming to your own kids, screaming to your own wife or your husband, which is apparently it is not good output later on. And then see generation also it is generation X is high risk of this mental health, like I told you, because they need on the middle stage to until top of their career. They need a promotion, and then also how the family require them is not even also about how the kid going to grow up, of course, because of the money. Yeah, because demand of the wealthy in family, in community, it is more high. So when it is required more high, there is a mental stress. It's getting what you call stiff and tight. It can be increased also. Like I said, it is a very high risk for me and for my age, for the generation X, about this mental health. That is, in my opinion, about mental health. How about you guys? Do you have about what is that mental jet for the Julu, yeah, or baby boomer? What is your opinion?
Yeah.
So, but I'm really curious about how Pak Tenggar manage it, since in my generation, I think it is very simple for us. Just when we have stress, when we have a push from our work life, we just can have a break, or we just can run away from it just one a day, and then after that we come back to this to the work after a day after and feel like nothing happened. Yeah, so that's how we manage the healing. So we can say it healing. We just run away from that, and then after that we come back. But I think not for your generation. I think how can you hold it so good? Because in my generation, when we have that push, and then we just, I cannot take this, I'm just gonna run away. Or sometimes in my professional life, most of people who is my age, they sometimes just when they forced to do something, and then they feel like this is not worth it. I'm just gonna run away after 3 months, after the probation. I'm just gonna resign from this because I can't take this. This is not worth it. How Pak Tenggar and Kak Gio manage the mental health from your professional work life? Because in my generations, I really think that most of my friends are really I'm just going to healing. I'm just gonna run away from this because my boss can push me. So I'm really curious about your generations, each of you.
Well, I think especially Generation X, I just say it from myself. You have to survive.
The survivors.
Yes, you have to survive in all. In all aspects, whether in office and also in community, and also in your family. The first thing, of course, like me, I'm come to this place. I come from the different island. Come to the Java island. We call it in Indonesia merantau. Come to Java, and then we have been prepared since a kid to survive in such way. It is building up when she was in high school, and then we have graduated from the whatever I call it university from yours. Maybe I have a different way of school. Then also in the workplace, of course, whatever challenging on your table, you have to eat it, no matter what. You have to eat it because what we have somebody at home to feed. I have to think about it. It is our generation. It is a need to survive in every way, whatever it takes. even it is how hard the things, you have to find the solution for that. There is no escape. No, there is whatever the block ahead, whatever that, when for example the road is blocked, you have to find another way to find the way to reach the destination, no matter what. Yeah, there is my generation. I don't know if it is Gio have a different opinion in in your generation. Yeah. Yes, it may be. I don't know.
Okay.
Yes.
There's a very wise answer, Pak.
Really, really
we are very
wise advice.
appreciate.
For my generation especially.
Yeah,
please.
yeah. For me, as a millennials, I think there's a combination of Generation X and Generation Z. Yeah, from Patenggar and Nafisha. I think for the tendencies of myself, if I have a lot of stress in the workplace, I'm not quick to run, like you said. I cannot do this, so I just have to run or healing, so my boss cannot touch me. I maybe I'm not that kind of person also, but in depth of my heart, I would really want to do it.
And one more thing,
To be honest.
I just forget to say, why? In Generation X, there is only one mode. Mostly you have to switch on, survival mode.
The masters, the masters.
Always survival mode.
Yes,
That's
yes.
it. Yeah.
I think we have to learn about the survival
Yes.
skills, from the Generation X. For myself, what make the differences about the Generation Z and X is, for the millennials, we have like a limit period. We are maybe we do that escaping or running in a certain time. Yeah, maybe our period is more longer than Generation Z. For instance, maybe for the Generation Z, for the consideration, if they want to resign from the company, maybe it's takes 1 or 2 years experience, and if they have the limits on the workplace, okay, I'm off, I'm sign out. Yeah, for Generation millennials, maybe it's take 3 or 5 years for the period. It's more longer, but I think for the Generation X, like Patenggar, it's maybe more longer, 10 or 20 years.
Yeah.
And if they switch their professional career, I think it's more likely to get promotion itself, like Patenggar mentioned. They want to have more payment for their job, because if they paid more, the family is become more happier, and the employee also become highly motivated to do their job. I think that's the difference between us across the generation.
So
within
do you
topic.
have any mode, like maybe Patenggar said that he have only one mode, survival mode, or do you have any mode for that?
Okay, I think I just add one mode in this how to survive.
Happy mode.
Not happy mode, like survival mode, and I don't care mode. just don't think too much, don't overthink, just do it with your capability to do their job, because we don't it's not ethical, right? Like we just through our tasks, and we just running and escaping. We are paid by the company. I think the work ethical is become a foundation in our job, but for the make the stress and the tensions become less, I think the I don't care mode is very helpful to do my job.
Yeah, so for my generation itself, we have a quote actually, like happiness comes first and then work comes second. So wherever the bosses push us to do something that we don't like, or maybe we have to do it, like this is our job desk, we have to do this because we get paid. But if you're asking us to, or not asking, maybe forcing, then our mental, our body will react like, you're being so toxic, run away.
So it become a toxic
Yeah,
work environment.
yeah. So our generation is really concerned about the mental health things. Yeah, like not like the others like Patengar and Miss Geo generation. You have to survive, so we have to do this.
Yeah.
But in my generation, yeah, we'll do it later. Yeah.
In the survival mode, there's no toxic environment, ya, Pak.
Uh,
Always positive, ya.
Yeah.
yeah, you see, there is a different thing in survival mode. Whatever is that, like I said, whatever on the table, you have to eat it.
You have to eat it.
Like or don't like it, you have to finish it.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet or bitter, you have to consider everything is sweet.
Sweet. Oh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, that is the things because that is the heavy things on your shoulder. This in my age right now. A lot of things you have to do. I mean to say, in office also there is the job is asking you to do something which is what you call it. It is big effect or output to the company, so you can get something from that. Whatever challenging that bosses give it to us doesn't matter. You have to see it in different perspective, in different way. Do not see it, or maybe I cannot do that, or maybe this is not my job. There is no any excuses of that such kind of answer to the bosses, especially to me, to complete the task. It must be complete. That's it. I told you already. It is no matter how, what way you do that. If the road is blocked ahead, find another road, find another way. That is the things. The destination you have to reach in such way. There is no any word to saying that I cannot do that. There is no any
Exit door.
there is no exit door. There is only one way. Find, get to the destination, whatever it costs.
Wow.
The
Yeah.
I can do attitude, ya, Pak.
Yeah, of course. You see, attitude also, of course, that is important. Is a balancing of your work.
Yeah.
If you smart, you don't have enough attitude. Also, you cannot work alone. You have to
Yes.
work as a team.
Agree.
Agree.
When you mental health, something wrong with your mental health, of course it will be effective of your attitude also. When your attitude it is not, people don't like it, whatever is that. When you see it is you, okay, I'm fine, I'm doing good. I think my attitude it is fine for me. Some people fine, but you have to always take the feedback from the people. That of course nobody perfect, but at least you have to accept whatever the people say about you. To balancing the attitude. Our point to attitude, this conversation, yeah. Of course, it will be effective of the workplace, and then how is connection to the what you call it? Our topic now is mental health, yeah.
Yeah.
That is the things in my opinion.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Pak Tenggar and Miss Nafisha, ya, for your explanation and your elaboration of your experience. So, according to our discussions, yeah, how do you suggest to the company or your boss, maybe the managerial, and maybe for the peers also, to have or build a positive environment in our workplace? Yeah, that's that we already discussed before. It's our expressions and what happened in our work life and why it impact to our personal life. So the next question is how you suggest the company, your boss or the peers. Yeah, maybe Miss Nafisha or Pak Tenggar want to first.
No, yeah.
answer
Thanks,
first.
Nafisa first. Let it.
Okay, Miss Nafisha first. Okay, please, Miss Nafisha.
Okay, I think it's very important for us to manage our stress individually, but sometimes, according to my generations, again, I think we do something like we call it SKS, yeah. So sometimes we really burn out. We do it SKS like sistem kebut semalam, ya. So
It's so Gen Z, ya, Pak.
so we do it really late. We do it really, and then after that we go we burn out, and I can't do this. We will cry all night. Maybe that's not good actually, because it is really bad for our health, not just for mental but for our health. That means we cannot manage our stress, because the test from the boss, I think they sometimes they not giving the test. You have to do it today, you have to finish it today. Yeah, not most of the boss like that, but first thing first, manage the stress and manage your task. You have to prioritize which one is the important one, and then you do that one by one, not one at a time. Everything. So it is really bad.
Yeah. So you suggest your boss to have a priority list of tasks that given to you, so you can manage, or you can do whatever he or she want to do.
Actually, maybe we cannot do that because the boss is the boss, right? He is always right. So when things doesn't right, we go back to the rule number one, like Patengger said. Yeah, boss is always right, and we cannot suggest anything. We just do that. But I forgot to mention that maybe we can ask the company to have psychotherapy or what we call it, like psychiater or something, to help us manage it. Because we cannot manage the test from the boss, but we can manage it, our stress, from ourselves. So maybe the company can help us to prove that for the employee, especially because if the company didn't provide it, then we're just gonna run away. We just find our healing for ourselves. It's for me. So what about Pak Tenggar?
See, things I can put myself to the lucky guys. Why? I've been in Generation Generation X. There is no way to escape. So whatever is on the table, I have to eat it. That is the first thing. The second lucky things, I was working with a company which is care about this mental health.
Oh,
Wow.
And they have been also some, what do you call it? It is some project. They having dedicated a company to, if we are in the stress mode, so we have to filling up some form, some application. When they get the result from there, and then they send us a consultant. So to somebody to consult with us, is that how heavy you work, and then how I look like a psychiater, not is a psychiater, that is to do some consultation and how to reduce this stress at office, and then what do you suggesting to the company, and also what I'm suggesting to the company, any company which is having different generation in office, they have to understand basically how workload for this each generation. It is depend. So they have to put some categories. For example, X, Y, Z, or baby boomer, whatever you call it. They have to put the categorize. But I believe a lot of company having the HR, which is maybe graduated from the psychology subject, and then mostly they know how to handling it. If you have a lucky things good company, and the HR also graduated from that subject, and they know how to handle people. In our term, the most difficulty it is how to handle people.
yes, agree.
There is also things, and in my opinion, the company have to, like I said, to categorize, and then to put some things different treatment. It depend of generation. It depend of the rank how heavy the workload. They have to. You cannot make all the same things treatment from the
Yeah.
from the HR to each individual in office.
Yeah.
Agree.
It must be different. Someone coming from the generation Z, I'm not saying but they just like they just working from Monday to Friday, and on the Friday normally they will be cut off or knock off. We call it knock off in my office, or go, if it is 5 o'clock or it's 1800, you finish from the job. They are not going back home. They just go to somewhere place having fun.
Yeah.
It is different with the Generation X like me. What should I do? Like that, I better I go to home, having dinner with my family. I bring my kid, go to the restaurant,
Yes.
Oh.
and then enjoy. And then for the Generation Z, oh no, they just go find some maybe club. I don't know. Maybe
Fun place.
maybe fun to spending the night. You know,
The healing moment.
Oh.
yeah, you call it healing in your time, but
Yeah.
in my time it is not. It is
Wasting.
it is not waste. It's not even wasting. It is shorten your age. Can be shorten your age.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you will be drinking, you will be smoke at the time. I don't know. It's maybe some people also some doing also there's some doing some contraband or whatever drug. I'm hoping that, but some of the other Generation Z overwhelming about the timing after finish the work, and then they are not considered about what is the next step ahead. That is the things. The main point I'm going to say, the HR of the company has to describe, has to be put some categorize of the each generation to give some treatment to the guys or to the worker. You cannot make all the same because it's different era, it's different rank. I mean, it's different rank, it's different ages also. You cannot put. Okay, he got one piece of cake. I have to get one piece of cake also. It is not possible. Because you cannot share the things like that for the mental health, for the treatment. First, I'm suggesting the company has to get some program for the worker. Second things, when they're having program, they have to describe as per the job, as per the ages, as per the generation itself. So it can be equals.
Yes.
Equals mean enough for him. It's a treatment for the guys, which is what's supposed to be treated. That is the things, because you cannot put the number in the same. That is my opinion about this. How the company, what we're expecting from the company for maintaining the good mental health for the worker in the workplace.
Yeah. Understand, Pak
So,
Tengku.
how about in Kagya's company?
Yeah, for me personally, I really agree with what you are explain for Navisha. It's supposed to be like a consulting or a psychology therapist in our company. For my company, we already have the psychology therapy, and also that's a good point also from Pak Tenggar. That's a tactical action, I think, like a program and their form, ya Pak ya, for form and consultant. I think that's a really good tactical action for the company. For me personally, the big issue or the important thing that impact our relation to the company and our bosses or our peers, maybe for the management in our company, is the communication. Yeah, the psychology, the therapies, the program, it helps to make our communication more clearly. Yeah. Between the bosses and the supervisors and the peers. I think the programs might be more effective for us, yeah, especially for the cross generation, to have a more clear and transparent communication. And besides the communication, I think space is also important. Yeah, we sometimes we are forget about everybody have their own space. yeah, like the bosses arguing or asking a lot of questions in weekend, like there's very important to Gen Z and millennials. Our weekend is our time, so we are don't like to bother by others. So it's the space is also important. And I suggest for the company or the managerial or the bosses have their knowledge about the personal space. Yeah, not to attach, but just believe and confident by the for the team, for the peers, for the boss to that confidence to complete the task without like pushing them away or just pressing them. I think it's give another colors in the work environment. That's my personal thought about it.
I'm so
There is always a positive side from his personality.
wow.
Taking it, put aside of the toxic things. Just when you're drinking coffee, there is a caffeine on that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so consider as a caffeine as a medicine. Do not take a coffee for the 10 glass each day. It's become poisoning for your body. But if you be taking it, maybe it's 2 times in daily basis of your life, I think it is not going to be effect. The same things if you're drinking alcohol, of course, for us as a Muslim, alcohol it is not allowed, it is prohibited. But if you take as alcohol also, not too much, it can be good for your health also. Of course, it is if you take it much more than I mean the level of the level of the what they're suggesting, what is that a doctor or physical suggesting, it is not good. The same thing, the toxic things, of course you cannot remove it.
Yes.
There is always.
For the balancing.
Yeah, it is always there, but do not get to their pool. I mean to their team.
Yeah.
If it is already you are in the workplace with a lot of toxic guy, believe me, if you are in my generation, you should find a way to just put escape from toxic, not escape from the work, yeah. Escape from the toxic guy.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
You have to.
Yeah.
Like I told you, there is a survival mode. We have to
Yeah.
find survival mode. There is only 2 buttons in your life in my generation. There is one is stop, quit, or survival mode. That's it.
Stop quick. What
Yeah.
it means, stop quick?
Quit, stop.
Quit.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
just quit.
Yes, quit. There is only 2. There is only 2 buttons. Quit or survival mode. But you see, the much bigger button is on the survival mode. The quit button is a small. Maybe you can see.
So that's why the Generation Generation X is taking long period for you to quit something.
Yeah, you see, the mostly of the longest period of every person working in office on working in one organization during his Generation X.
Yeah, I
Yes,
believe in
agree.
that.
Yes, mostly minimum 5 to 6 years, minimum. But see, when she just graduated from the university, sometimes it's just 6 months, 4 months, 3 months, not even past the probation. Yeah. Because you don't need money yet.
Yeah.
Because he's just asking to the mama and papa.
Oh,
Still provide.
Still provide everything. Still fine.
Everything, yes.
And also when you almost to the retirement age, also there is sometimes there is no more longer period of working in organization. Mostly, for example, can be below 5 years, maximum 5 years, because the company also will not give you a lot of project because age cannot be denied.
Yeah, but that one is excluded from our generations because we think like my sanity came first, my happiness come first, and then I'm just gonna run away.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
This really making a gap, yeah. So how about Kagya? Do you believe in toxic environment?
I do believe that toxic environments already exist, yeah. Not only in the workplace, but in a personal place. I think, yeah, it's like a yin and yang, yeah, to balance it.
Yin and
Yeah. Because
Yin and yang.
if all in the world is all just only have a good people, yeah, it's not quite good also, yeah. It's have to
Fun,
balance,
yeah.
have to balance in terms of we are learning to become a better person, a better life. Maybe like conflict, yeah, might be happen while we trying to escaping or trying to survive.
Yeah.
Maybe fighting can happen to how to we survive for the toxic guys or the toxic people, yeah. But for all of the experience, all of the events is just to make us to become a better person, to learn from our mistake, to learn about the how to tolerate, yeah. Maybe tolerate is also needed to building a positive environment in our workplace, yeah. We know our strength, we know our weaknesses. Also, we trying to learn about our boss's strength or our boss's weaknesses or the peers. So we just to have to tolerate and complement each other, yeah, to become a solid. Yeah, I think yeah, toxic cannot be avoided. Yeah, it's already happened and it's already there.
Or we just using that, we call it muka dua, ya, everywhere. Ya.
Two faces.
Yeah, do you agree with that? Like in front of our boss, just like smiling. Yeah, thank you, boss. You're so
Yeah.
nice. You're so kind. But in the back of him, it's like, I don't like you. I hate you. I'm gonna quit from this job or something. Do you do that on your work life, on your daily basis from your work life, maybe? Or maybe Pak Tengger will do that or not, or your employee do that, maybe.
What?
Di muka dua things.
You see, if you say muka dua in Indonesia, yeah, that is, like I said, there is no such kind of proud in my generation. Survive mode. You have to put muka dua, muka tiga, muka four, whatever is
Yeah.
call it. Doesn't matter.
Yes.
And then
Wow.
how do you, what perspective that you're going to see the people when they say is muka dua? Maybe he say, oh, my boss like that, and then I go to the another boss, oh, my boss, pap, say that this. You have to balancing both of side.
Yeah.
In like I said, you need to walk. It doesn't matter muka dua, whatever the people say, as long as you are not hurting anybody, as long as you are not
Agree with.
put something to someone which is may harm the personal or the family itself. I don't mind. What do you call it, muka dua? I don't even know in my time right now.
Yes.
Maybe when you say you are in the your generation, they say, this guy only sweet in front of the bosses and behind the bosses will be say, of course.
Yeah.
Who are you going to say to the boss? And then boss, not like that. No, you cannot do that, no.
Yeah, it's a work ethical. Yeah.
Yes, it is ethic. It is
Yes.
ethic of the work. It is how the way it is. It is. You cannot say to the boss, I don't want to work. I just want to rest. Do you agree?
You have to do what you want to do. Yeah.
Yeah, it is not about like or dislike. It is not about.
Yeah.
It is ethical. When you see the boss say, you should do that, you should do that. Yes, sir, I will do that.
Yeah.
And then behind that, and then you say, what is boss? Yeah, crazy or something, huh? And he ordered us look like this, and then maybe he doesn't have his family. Maybe he thought ourselves is robot or what? Yeah. Of course, you will say like that behind of the boss, no? But doesn't mean you are muka dua. It is ethical.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It is an ethic. How the way you face your boss. It is how do you reacting it behind him.
Yeah.
It is depend of you. It is how you reacting in front of the boss. That is the matter. That is the concern.
Oh,
Yeah lah.
yeah.
Of course.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's more likely like people management.
Yes. People management.
People
Yes.
management.
Exactly.
Like the Mukado maybe like a tactical action, but the whole concept is how to manage people with your boss, with your peers, with your subordinate. I think that's the colors of people. So we have to manage people, and I think behind of the people management there's some art, the art of communication for me.
Yeah, yeah.
personally. So
Yeah.
maybe for the person to another person is a different treatment, it's a different communication, but yeah, it's just only a people management concept.
Well, I really learned so much from Patengar and Miss Gio. Like, we have to tolerance, we have to manage
Yeah.
people, we have to, sometimes muka dua is doesn't matter because it is our ethical in work, and sometimes we also have to have that pengertian for each other.
Yes,
Yeah,
understanding.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just like we have that lack on our generation in that point. Wow, so we have to learn it from the expertise.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I think we already reached our conclusion about today's discussion. Yeah, there's a lot of point we already learned from each other across generation regarding these topics, mental issue. And for me personally, I also learned a lot from you. Yeah, from the other perspective regarding these topics. And I think for this discussion, we are closing. Yeah, we already reached our conclusions, and thank you so much for listening and watching our video. We hope it helps for others audience to get more information and get more perspective about our topics. Yeah. Me, Giovanni.
Yeah, I am Tengar. I hope that things what we have discussing here can be become a positive input for you guys. It doesn't mean what we have been telling you, what we have been exposed here. It is maybe is out of our range as expecting of this, but we are just discussing here. What is our opinion on that? We have to put on that. The main thing. This is our opinion about this mental health in between. Generation X, Generation Z,
And millennials.
And millennials.
Yes.
And Nabisa.
Yeah, I think this. I got so many insight from Patengar and Miss Gio because my generation is really lacked, and maybe we think too much about the mental health without concerning about our work. So I think it is very important for us to balance it between the mental and also for build the communication for each other. So this really good insight I get from two of my friends here. So
Okay.
yeah, thank you so much, and hope you guys learn something from here, and I hope you guys not judging each other because we're here just sharing our experience, and I hope it can improve and build your point of view. So
Okay, it's nice. Okay, thank you for your time. We see you in another video. Bye bye.
Bye bye.